You're listening to the Annoyed Adult Podcast. Hi there. If you're really enjoying the show, would you mind rating it 5 stars? It would really help me out, and I'd really appreciate it. All right, here comes the show. Tina, welcome back to the show. We have so much to talk about.
Yes, we do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is part 3. Now, I didn't think there was going to be a part 3 to this entire worst coworker ever.
No, I thought this was the end. The last episode was the end.
Right. I thought so we did part 1, we did part 2.
Yeah.
And part 2 is kind of like a teacher, like another teacher that worked his perspective. When I read what I read in July,
Yeah.
I decided that I need to collect more information because there needs to be a part 3. And so let's clarify. Since the months we recorded the last episode,
Yeah.
I have not told you anything
Nothing
about Jack and being the worst coworker ever.
except that the journey continues.
Yeah. So July 23rd is the, I would say, height of summer. And during the height of summer, I don't expect to check emails. I don't do anything. I'm just kind of having a good time. And then, out of nowhere, bing, email from Jack. And he says, now, let me count the paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to show you my screen.
No, it's starting again.
It's 5 paragraphs. So I just showed Tina my laptop.
It's starting again.
And he is basically saying he's now a second-year teacher on an outer island teaching woodshop. Okay, so we knew he was moving to an outer island.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, he went back home to his home state, and he's moving all his stuff. And he was supposed to get a job in Kona on the big island of Hawaii.
Okay.
That didn't happen, probably because that principal saw through his bullshit. And so now he is converting an old weightlifting room on the island of Maui into a wood shop. And so as he writes, he says, don't tear down my stuff. Don't tear down anything. And by the way, we went ramshackle on that place and we tore down everything that he built.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, it needed it. It needed it. He used to write notes, by the way, on the pieces of wood that says, tell the new teacher, kids, don't tear down this. Don't tear down this structure.
That's creepy.
Yeah. So we tore it down. We made an effort of tearing that thing down.
Excellent.
And so what is happening now is that he is, talking about how he loves to spend money because the new principal gave him a budget. He loves to spend money. And why that pisses me off is because if you remember from the last episode, he just went nuts on our budget.
He did.
And so he likes to talk about how he's spending money. He likes to remind everybody that he is the best teacher. And he still he likes to get his digs in. He tells our principal, you let me go. It was kind of the end of an era.
The end of an era.
Yeah.
That's how he thinks of himself.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so he likes to say, like, I'm writing you an email so you don't gossip about me. I'm like, well, first, we kind of stopped gossiping about you when you left.
Yeah.
And now you're throwing an email, like, now we got something to gossip about, right?
Thank you for the podcast material.
Yeah, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. And so he likes to talk about how much money he spent. Okay. So that was the 23rd of July.
Okay.
And I'm like, this asshole, right? This guy just doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. And then on August 4th, look at my screen. Here we go.
Oh my
Tina,
God.
do you see that? August 4th. It's a smaller email now.
Yeah.
Maybe I could condense this into like 3 paragraphs. But August 4th, he sends another email.
And he's done at this point.
He's not coming back to the school that I work at.
Oh
No,
my God.
he's done. So he's at a middle school now. A middle school. Okay, all right. So he talks about how they never had a shop program in 20 years, and he's building one from the scratch, from the ground up, from scratch. He appreciates people that know how to not be passive aggressive toward him.
What?
Yeah,
That was his whole gig.
that was
That was his gig.
that was his MO, man. He's like, I'm going to be passive aggressive. That's him.
That's insane.
Yeah. So he sends us another email and they're thrilled to have a program. And then he by the way, he straight up calls out kids, I can already see the markings of future. I'm not going to say these kids' names because I don't want to call them out. But he is basically sees kids at the middle school who act terrible, and he's already like, I see them. I'm going to call them out. All right? So August 4th is the last email we received. And by the way, this is still like, I'm talking about everybody. And like, it's like, I'm talking to my fellow coworkers and saying, you know, did you see that last email?
Yeah.
And he still like just craps on people. And he still loves to consider us his quote unquote first.
Ew, what?
Right. Right. Nancy also said the same thing in the episode 2 of Worst Coworker Ever. Yeah. Ew, right?
Ew.
We're his first? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's fast forward now.
Okay.
Let us now fast forward past August 4th. The year has started. We have a new teacher. She's doing great. She's fulfilling the program. She's making sure the kids understand their math skills, their construction skills, basic woodworking skills. And then I noticed that my traffic on my podcast, my listens per episode has spiked.
Okay.
So I've noticed that I must have had like 20 or 30 listens in an hour, by the hour, on my Worst Coworker Ever episode 1. And then I noticed I get the same kind of traffic on Worst Coworker Ever episode 2, but nothing else. Okay? There's some other traffic that kind of like little bumps here and there, but that's just general. No, I have a big spike in traffic on those first 2 episodes. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, this is great. And then so I'm like, I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought it was great.
Yeah.
Okay. So the wood shop next to my classroom is fairly close. I could walk there. It's just right up the hill.
Right.
And I walk in there and I hear my voice on a speaker.
Oh no. Oh no.
I hear my voice on a Bluetooth speaker. I'm like, wait a minute. That's my podcast. And so the kids stop working. They look at me and they continue to work, not realizing who I am.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no.
And so they look, the kids are now looking at the other new teacher and they're kind of like chuckling and goes, I can't believe this is the teacher we had. Like, God, he was such an asshole. He's such a child. Like, who would write such emails? Like, I feel like, and they were just dogging him.
Yeah.
And I started to like laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
And like, mister, have you heard of this? I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. And they look at me and they look at the channel art. So a kid takes out his phone, looks at the channel art on my podcast,
Yeah.
looks back at me and goes, wait, this is you?
It's like revealing Superman.
I'm like, yeah. It's like, you're the annoyed adult. Yeah. This is your podcast. Like, yeah. It's like, we discovered it by accident. And then we started playing it and then we realized it's about the school we're at, Roosevelt. And like, how did you this is like so weird. Like,
That
you just
is
found it
weird.
out of the blue, played it, and then referred it. I'm not making this story up. This is serious.
So you didn't even like refer to them or nothing, like you didn't mention it?
No.
That's
I don't
odd.
know. I think somebody, my hint is somebody along the way mentioned that there's a podcast about their old teacher, probably. And they probably went digging for it. But I never mentioned him by first name. I just call him Jack.
Right.
Right? I don't know if the new teacher kind of pinged him on it, but it was just so weird. Walking into that classroom, listening to my voice on my podcast.
Seeing an audience.
Seeing an audience, listening to it on the Bluetooth speaker as they're doing their wood shop stuff, right? So they're sawing and they're cutting wood. I'm like, yeah, that was about your old teacher. And then they all stop and ask me questions like, was he really like that? I'm like, yeah, I'm not making it up. I'm like, no, mister, you're lying. And I said, why don't you come down to my classroom and I will show you all of the emails.
You did not.
I did. I did because he's gone. I'm like, this is DOE record email. Like, that's why we don't write disgusting things on DOE email.
Right.
So some kids came down at recess and they read it. And they sat there. Like, I've never seen a kid read so much, right? Because I have it chronologically sorted. And they sat down, they're like, oh my God. And they're reading it. They're page by page, turning the page. Like, I should really turn this into some kind of novel.
Yeah.
But they read the emails like, oh my God. Why was he like that? I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've got a fan base, dude.
And that is, and I bet these kids are listening to this right now.
I hope they are. Hi, guys.
Hi, kids. Hope you're doing well at school. But now, we're not done with this story.
Oh, God.
We're not done. So the emails have kind of stopped. It's it is October 4th of we're recording this on October 4th, 2022. Yeah. So I have not seen an email now for 2 months.
Okay.
2 months. Radio silence. And I think, wow, this is great. Radio silence. We're always wondering, like, what happened? I wonder if he's like finally out of our hair and finally gone. And then,
oh God.
And then I show up, I drive to work, I park, I get out of the car, I lock it up, and then my coworker starts walking toward me. She goes, Howard, did you hear? I'm like, hear what? He goes, I think Jack got fired.
No. Are you serious? I guess his era came to an end too soon. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. So he thinks, I think Jack got fired. Like, wait. Before you drop this awesome news on me at 7:45 a.m., I need to verify this information. Like, I need to verify that he's actually gone. And it so happens that through word of mouth, because there's there's something called a cohort. Now, what a cohort is that people that work at other schools around the state, they're taking college classes to become teachers, but they do student teaching at the school. And so they usually meet like twice a week with their professor. They discuss, they go over things like that. And I'm like, who did you hear this from? She goes, I heard it from another teacher here and from another teacher there in Maui. I'm like, I need to verify. And so I spent a month like trying to contact this person to verify what's going on. Right? I need to know. I need to know.
Yeah. You need closure.
Yeah, I need closure. Like, it's like somebody telling me, is like, this happened, this person got hit by a car. Like, no, I really need to see this.
Yeah.
Did he get hit by a car? No.
Yeah.
So I wait and I wait and I wait. And finally I go, yeah, he's gone. And here's the story. I'm like, I need to sit down.
Oh my God.
Let me get a cup of coffee. I need to sit down.
Yeah.
And so she tells me, the teacher in the other island, Maui, she tells me he tried to buy power tools.
Oh, that rings familiar.
But the principal said no.
Right.
And there was probably an argument because it ended with him being threatened with a lawsuit by the principal.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
But let's walk this backwards. Let's walk it back. So in his emails to us, he said he's building a wood shop. Okay?
Right.
What kind of wood shop doesn't use power tools?
Oh.
Right. What kind of wood shop doesn't use power tools?
Right.
So let's press pause on that.
Okay.
And let's walk a little more forward.
Okay.
I asked her, the teacher from Maui, I said, well, so what happened? Because, well, they brought another art teacher to sub in. I'm like, an art teacher? An art teacher? I go, so he was not hired as a woodshop teacher. He was hired as an emergency art teacher who wanted to probably build a wood shop. So imagine that for a moment. Imagine he comes from our world-class wood shop, right?
Yeah.
Then goes to a smaller intermediate school with no tools, no woodworking equipment, like straight up popsicle sticks and glue.
The greatest wood shop teacher ever has popsicle sticks.
Yeah, like you're not even hired as a woodshop teacher. You're hired as an art teacher. Right. There's nothing wrong with art teachers, but it's just like the fall, right? The fall. Like he pumped himself up to be the best woodshop teacher, and now he's like teaching an art class with wood in a middle school, and the minute he wants power tools, an argument must have ensued because we both know, well, I know Jack a whole lot better than you do, but from what you've been told, like Jack was probably the kind of person to argue about something like this, right?
Oh, totally. He'd take it too far, in fact.
Yeah. He would probably try to like sneak money somewhere and like try to buy power tools.
That's insane.
Yes, to the point of a threatening lawsuit.
That's insane, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy to me is that he's still updating you guys. Like he has this like weird hatred for you, but he still wants you to be a part of his life somehow.
Like I think what he wants is respect, and he's definitely not getting it from me.
No.
He's not getting it from anybody.
There was never a point where you said, "Hey, we're friends." Like
we are not friends.
We are not friends. We have no like relationship whatsoever. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, you packed up all your shit to move to another island, which is significantly more expensive than Oahu.
Yeah.
And you're not even a certified, by the way, still not a certified teacher. I checked his license online. Still not a certified teacher.
Just floating around.
He's officially out of time.
Oh.
Because you have to knock out all these credits, right?
Right.
All these college credits. There is a pathway that he can take to be certified just for like career technical education.
Yeah.
But he's not eligible for pay raises like I am.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I went through a certification process, an entire like 30 credits of additional past my bachelor's degree. He is stuck. He's done.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is the end, or I feel like you say it's the end, and then he's gonna come in with another novel. Like, I am the greatest barista that's ever existed. I'll show you all. Nothing against baristas, but
yeah, but he's. I think this is the end.
Wow.
I think this is the end. I pray that this is the end.
That was like a glorious like fireball. It just burned.
Like I really want to fly there, just to like sit there and watch him get on a plane. Or like sip my coffee and watch him pack his shit and get the fuck out.
And just wave at him like,
hey,
bye. Bye. Thanks for the emails.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, we should just email him and go, so how's it going?
Yeah. We should totally do that.
How you doing?
Are
you doing great?
How's that arrow of yours? Is it still going? No?
How's that woodshop? I love that he crashed and burned.
Yeah.
And it is, oh God. Yeah, that really makes me feel good.
It makes me wonder like how he got this level of absurd confidence.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, is there a prequel to this? Dare I suggest?
God.
Like, did you investigate? Like,
there has to be a prequel.
There has to be.
Like, he did tell us his life story at one point, and I was kind of like half paying attention.
Okay.
Where he got into like he had a bad breakup with his girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
And then because somebody called somebody a loser.
Well, accurate. So.
Accurate. So they broke up. And then something to the effect of his parents think he's a loser. His like mother thinks he's a loser.
Okay, so there's a trend here.
Yeah.
Of him not being respected at all, even in his personal life.
Yeah, like he would talk about how he has a master's degree. He would always harp, I have a master's degree in education. First, if it's easy for you to get a master's degree in education, you've kind of like pissed on everybody with a master's degree in education. You've like really devalued that master's degree.
Yeah.
And secondly, like where'd you get it from?
Yeah. That's actually kind of important.
Right. Antarctica University?
Yeah.
Right? Like did you like fill out a form and mail it in with some money?
Or like one of those like sketchy online schools,
yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I was going to name a country and then I just realized like that's not a good idea.
No, better not.
They might come over here. But I don't, where could you possibly, like, who would give him, like, okay, I'm fine. Let's pretend he did the work.
Okay.
And he passed. One, I don't know what you passed with. C, B, who knows?
Right.
But it truly lends credit to, like, you clearly did not pay attention in school because you treat people like shit, and you definitely treat your students like shit. And by the way, the other teacher from Maui told me that at their faculty meetings, he would crap on his students.
Oh.
And then the admin would tell him, "Can you stop doing that?"
Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I do it. But
But you're a funny terrible.
I'm a different kind of terrible. I'm a different kind because I still care about the student. Like, I have given kids A's.
Yeah.
And I hate their guts.
Yeah.
Because I can hate you, but you really did do the work, so you should get the grade.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I just don't like you personally. I just hate your guts.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah. Yeah, he clearly didn't learn anything. Craps on his students. And he is the worst coworker that I've ever encountered.
And I'm gonna be so shocked if this doesn't continue. Like, I feel like he's gonna go to the mainland, and then, like,
look at me, everybody.
Look at me.
Look at me, Mr. Big Shot. I'm the Big Shot woodworker.
Look at me now.
Oh God. No, I would hope that that he. What do I really want, Tina? What do I really want here?
I don't know. I think you did get the closure, though, because he got his consequence.
Yeah, I saw. I was there with all the problems.
Yeah,
and I did hear about him crashing and burning, and I verified it, by the way. So here's how I also verified it. Yeah. So we have a enterprise level email system, right? So the minute you type somebody's name in, it shows up of their name and then what school they're at. Okay. I typed his name in the email, it doesn't show up.
Oh.
So definitely gone.
Yeah.
Out of the system.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm not done. Like, how do I make sure that other schools do not hire him?
I don't know. That's the thing, because you can't really, like, it's not like you can go through every school in America and be like, dude, this guy.
No.
This guy. Fuck.
The fuck Jack tour.
Yeah.
I'll get a bus. I'll start on the West Coast. I'll drive to the East Coast. I show a big old picture. I'm like, don't hire this asshole. Here's an email. I put it on a flash drive for you. If you like a copy, gotta go. Go to the next stop. I'll be in Des Moines on Tuesday.
And Atlanta on Friday.
Atlanta on Friday. Catch me on tour. Fuck you, Jack tour.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I want him to never teach again.
Yeah.
I would like him never to be involved with children ever again.
Yeah. But I mean, if he doesn't have the credits, you said he needs credits, right? His time is up.
His time's up on a walk in the state of Hawaii.
Oh.
49 other states to go.
We can follow him.
Sacramento on Monday. San Jose Tuesday. Oakland on Thursday.
And we'll just follow with mics. Just follow with mics.
Yeah, we'll just follow along. We'll bring this whole podcast setup with us. And like, we're on the road on the on Route 66, headed toward
like NPR.
Yeah. We're headed towards Sonora. Hopefully following this worst coworker ever. That's a new level of stalking.
Yeah.
Having a podcast.
That is, but it would be tremendously entertaining.
Yeah. Every time I get new information, I need to always share it. And I've been sitting on it for, like I said, 2 months.
Yeah.
God, I really wanted to tell you like everything, and I couldn't.
But I mean, don't you feel good now that it's out?
Yeah.
It's
yeah, no, it feels great. It feels great.
Because I remember when you gave me that text, I was like, there's no way that this story could continue. And it did.
Yeah.
It's
happening. But the sad part is that I have not seen the coworkers that were affected here at the school as much as I did last year.
Oh.
So I've made it a point to like walk around twice a week.
Yeah.
And just check in on my prep period. A prep period is when I don't have any students.
Yeah. Because you guys are pretty much trauma bonded by this experience.
Yeah. No. We're survivors.
Yeah.
Someone who has genuine trauma is like, you assholes.
Yeah.
That is not trauma.
That is not trauma, but you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is. And what do you think is going to happen to him?
What do I think?
Yeah, let's make up a story.
I think he's going to go back home to his parents.
Yeah.
And they're going to be validated in the feeling that he is a loser.
Oh, nice.
And it's not like I don't want to shit on anybody just to shit on anybody, but the fact that he was just so not just annoying, but just rude about like our culture and rude about his students and the teachers here. Like, I don't know. I want to say that he's just going to be some low life asshole living in his basement.
Nice.
Of his parents' house.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So here's what I would like.
Okay.
I would like him to bounce from school to school and last 3 weeks before getting ejected.
Each time.
Each time. And I want him, I would like him to do something so abjectly stupid that it involves prison. Like, I want him to like accidentally staple a kid's hand or something.
Yeah.
And be like, I told you so because you're a bad kid. And the kid, has a cop for a dad.
Yeah.
And a lawyer for a mother.
And then that's it.
And then just financially and judiciously wreck him.
Yeah.
Like, send him to prison. And then when he gets out, he's poor. Then he has to work at some menial job where he tells his coworkers as he's turning the basket of fries over that he used to be the best woodshop teacher ever. And they look at him and tell him, why don't you go shut the fuck up?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
They
would tell him, let me get 2 copies of that story.
Yeah.
One to take a shit on and one to wipe my ass with.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. I that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Yeah. Tina, I don't have anything else to say.
I think that's the end.
Yeah, is this the end of? Well, this is the end of part 3.
Yeah.
Because so we did a trilogy.
Right.
Will there be a part 4? What are the odds?
He seems kind of obsessed with you. I mean, again, he emailed you after he left here.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, why would anyone think that that's appropriate? And further, why would you think that that's something that you should do for someone that you don't even have a relationship with? So, I mean, there's a chance. There might be a part 4.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for listening to this Annoyed Adult podcast. If you've enjoyed the show, go ahead and like, subscribe, all those things that, was it 5 stars? What did you do? 5 stars?
I think it's 5 stars. Yeah.
All right, Tina, thank you very much for coming on this podcast.
Thank you, Howard.
And you are always welcome. All right. I'll see you later, everybody.
Bye.
Aloha.